it's Monday morning here. It is 8:53 a.m. here on Monday morning in Australia. I'm in southeast Queensland, about 30 minutes away from Brisbane. I'm Dora. And Monday morning movement is something that I do most mornings. I have been slack. And when you be slack, it pays off. No, it doesn't pay off. It's a reverse, right? It affects your body. My knees have been sorer. So that means I've put on weight. Now I'm not one of those people that harps on like, oh my God, I've put on 2 kilos. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. No, not at all. But I think it's really important to be mindful that, you know, catch yourself, right? Okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment in my life. We're renovating. I've been busy renovating a lot. I mean, I'm exercising when I'm renovating, right? I'm not renovating, cleaning kind of thing. But I haven't been doing the long walks. That is what I love. My body loves long walks, right? And yeah, so I should probably stop talking about it and let's just go do it, right? Hey, Debbie Sue, how you going? Just talking about how I'm catching myself and that it's important. Like, I'm not harping on that, I've put on 2 kilos or anything like that. I wouldn't have a clue how many kilos or non-kilos I've put on. But I can tell in my clothes and my puffiness of my face, and I guess my stomach, right? Hey, Miss M, your stomach talks, right? You can't hide your stomach from yourself, right? But I think, like I said, I'm not harping on about the weight. I'm more harping on the fact that it's really important to catch yourself. When you know you're starting to put on weight, figure out why. I know exactly why. I'm busy, helping, get ready to move into the new house. So that's okay. But, don't add to it. Like, takeaway foods, which I did over the weekend, okay? Because, we're at the house, we can't cook at the house, so we want something fast. Diego wanted something to eat. So I was like, quickly, just go get some takeaway food. And guess what? That's fast food. So again, catch yourself. And it's okay, right? It's okay. It's only a moment of my time that this is happening in my life. But the thing is though, right, if I continue on with this kind of motion, like today's a work day, I haven't made my salads, right? I haven't made my salads because yesterday there was a lot going on. We had dinner last night with my, the people that we're living with. It was a beautiful dinner. Mel cooked a nice roast. So I didn't have the opportunity to make my salads. After dinner, I was in a food coma and I went to sleep. So consequently, I've started my Monday morning. I haven't made my salads, and my salads is my lunch for my week. So if I don't eat my salads, I'm going to eat fast food for lunch. So here we go, right? So it could be next Monday I'm having this conversation going, Dora, you need to catch yourself. So I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is I'm not here to be a preacher, definitely not a preacher. And I always say, don't do what I do, right? But I'm just sharing my experiences and probably sharing experiences to myself. So if you get something out of that, excellent. If you don't, that's fine, okay? But I guess what I'm trying to say to myself is catch yourself, Dora. It's nearly 9 o'clock. You have had a sleep in this morning, which is really, really good for you mentally because, like, as I said, there's been a lot going on. It's good. Sleep is really, really important for people. Depending on, what age you are, more sleep is better. I've turned 50 in the last year. Sleep is important, right? And when you are stressed and you're, been doing a lot, prioritize sleep. I think it's really, really important. Hey, welcome to the chat. Sambrido, that's an interesting name. Hello, how are you going? Be quiet. Thank you. You be quiet too. And, I think it's really important. So anyway, my moral of my story is we need to drink this. This is our morning routine. And that's a good thing, Dora. You're still doing your routines, right? I took a bike ride this afternoon. That's great. That's fun. Bike riding is so fun. Gotta say, Em, do you ride much? Because obviously, I jump in the car all the time. I really want to get back into bike riding. So, Em, can you remind me when I get back into the new house, like back into the house? It's a new house, Millie. Can you remind me when things kind of calm down to ride a bike? Let's go riding a bike together, Em. So, really proud of myself that This morning, I prioritized actually getting my stuff together. I've done my morning routine. I've had my oil pulling. I've done my body tapping. I've gouacheed my face. Yeah, and I'm doing my morning routine. So we're important, right? We are important. Yes, I will remind you. Thank you, Em. I know you'll remind me. We are important. And I think it's really important that in the world of like, poor me, poor me, poor me, that you catch yourself, right? So that's what I'm doing today, guys. It might appear that I'm going, poor me, poor me, poor me, but I'm not. I'm actually saying, go girl, do some shit. And we're doing some shit. All right. So, Debbie Sue, shake, rattle and roll, shake. Oh, wait on. Make sure your lid's on, guys, and make sure your lid's on. Shake, a rattle and roll, shake, a rattle and roll, twist and shout like we did last summer. Twist and shout, shake your booty, shake your booty, shake, 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 shake your booty, shake your booty, shake it up, baby, now twist and shout. Shake it up, baby, now twist and shout. Okay, we've still got a bit left, Debbie Sue. What's another shake song, guys? Shake, shake, shake it up, jump, 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 jump. You know I'm going to jump with a bit. Ah, there we go, guys. That's what it did. Needed the jump. All right. And the lid has just dropped some on my nose. All right, guys. Some sunscreen on the face because it is warm out here. Even though it is autumn here in Australia, it is still sunny. Oh. So, guys, does anyone watch Coachella stuff? Does anyone know what Coachella is? Coachella is like a big music festival they have in the desert in Palm Springs once a year, and they have it over 2 weekends. I've never been. I don't think I'll ever go, to be honest. But I like to watch it. And I really like to watch. Okay, this is really bad of me. But I really like to watch all the influencers, and they go, oh my God, I didn't get a ticket, or the brand didn't take me. So a lot of people, okay, let me put the phone down. I've got to drive. So basically, Coachella is like a big brand activation kind of thing. Like, if you're an Instagram influencer, those kind of things, those girls, or boys, should I say, people, they all get invited to Coachella and they get paid for it and they get their flights paid. Most people have to pay, and it's very, very expensive to go there. Like, really expensive. Hey, look at this, guys. Look at this. What is this? Oh, it's a cupboard. It's an upside down cupboard. I thought it was like a weird piano. So these are things that people put out the front of their house to give away. Like, that's a retro table. Let me just have a look at that table. My friend Mel is really into retro stuff. I wouldn't better carry that back to the house. I mean, we're only just over there, but still. We don't need that. No, we don't need that. I mean, I shouldn't say Mel doesn't need that. Mel sometimes watches my lives and goes, "Oh my god, I love that." No, Mel, it's kind of broken, Mel. All right, let's get to the beach. Let's drink this up quickly, and then we're at the beach. So if there's anyone watching or listening, I'm probably going to do a second live. I'm just going to do my morning movement, get some exercise in, and then I'm going to go home and make my salads. I normally make my salads on a Sunday afternoon, but I didn't get that done this week. And so, yeah, I wanted to do that this morning. Like I said, it's important to catch yourself, when you are feeling like you're a little bit out of control of your healthy routines and you feel like, you're starting to like put on a bit of pudge. It's important to catch yourself. So, like I said, it's eating. If I eat badly, you put the pudge on, right? So it's simple maths. Don't eat badly. And that for me means healthy food. So, at lunchtimes, I'm at a food court, and there's really bad options at food courts, right? There's not too much healthy at a food court, or it costs money, right? And I've just had a month away, and the reason why I can have a month away is because I'm really quite good with my money. I don't spend a lot of money. Like, I'm exercising, I'm going down to the beach, it's free. I don't tend to spend a lot of money on takeaway. This weekend, okay, was a bit of a bad weekend for buying takeaway, but that's okay. It's okay. I don't do it continuously, right? That's the whole idea. All right, we're at the beach. Let's find a park. And it's a beautiful morning. We have missed the sunrise, obviously, guys. That was like 3 hours ago. But that's okay. And that is okay. I'm just getting a parky. Parky. All right. I think we're going to walk without shoes on again. Okay. Hat. I've never known what it was, but never watched it. I know what it was. Okay, right, get you. All right. Keys, water bottle. Let's go. Actually, we're not going to take thongs. Take them off. It's a beautiful day. Oh, it's always a good idea to come down to the beach, right? If you have an opportunity, right? And of course, then I always think about being grateful because having an opportunity to live near the beach is not obviously on everyone's bucket list, but not everyone has this opportunity to live near the beach, right? All these people, look, there's people lying on the beach sunning themselves already at 8 o'clock in the morning. Wow, 9 o'clock. Cool. And this is autumn, guys. Amazing. So the first thing we're going to do, put our phone down. What should I say? Put our phone down. Our tripod down. All right. Let's try that again. Yes. There are people on the beach walking past, laughing at me. Do I care? No, I don't care. I love the view too, Debbie Sue. All right. We're just going to quickly drink the rest of this while we have a look at this view. And then we're walking. We're walking, we're walking, and we're walking. Take in that water. Honestly, that's why I put my hands up in the air before I do my jump. Because I'm just like, thank you, universe. Thank you, Mother God. Thank you, my angels. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, the seagull. You know, a lot of a lot of people that would be watching this may be a long, long way away from any sand, any ocean. I know my friend Debbie Sue, she's in Virginia. Now, can you remind me again how far away from the beach you would be, Debbie Sue? From an ocean beach, should I say? Hi, Ebby. This is Southeast Queensland, a beautiful place called Redcliffe. This is a bay. It is the ocean. There's a little island in front of us called Moreton Island. So this is why it's called Moreton Bay. So it stops all the waves. So we don't have like the Gold Coast surfy beaches or the Sunshine Coast surfy beaches. There is no surf here. A lot of people stand up paddleboard, fish here, kayak. A lot of people do the kayaking fishing. Have you ever seen that? Where they get in the kayak and they have all their big things and they go fishing and crabbing out there. Really, really good for sand crabs out here. Really good. Sometimes we see turtles stick our heads up here, like 100-year-old turtles, big turtles. There are dolphins here sometimes. There are sharks here out. I don't see them, but they're out there. So it is a seaside village. It's a bit of a peninsula. So you come in on a bit you come in on a bridge, or you can come in on the mainland. So it's a bit of a peninsula. So let me show you how it kind of goes. It kind of kicks out like this, and then there's a bridge here. This is all mangroves here. So basically, the only opportunity is coming this way or that way. That kind of looks a bit. I don't know. It's a bit. Okay, my drawing's not amazing, but it is a peninsula. It's a seaside village. A lot of people used to come here back in the 60s and 70s and 80s to go, stay at these little beach huts kind of houses here. They have improved over the years, obviously. Yeah, so this is my home, Redcliffe Peninsula, and I love it. I've lived here for probably, oh my gosh, 43 years I've lived here. I mean, I have had stints living in other countries, and I will have other stints of living in other countries, but I'll always come back here. This is definitely home. Definitely home. All right, stop talking, Dora. Let's finish the rest of this. Hmm. All right, we're going to hide this here. Hopefully, I remember to come pick it up. Let's walk. And can I just tell you, as soon as I just started walking, my whole body just changed. My whole feeling, my whole everything. The ability to be able to walk on a beach or just walk in general, I think a lot of us humans take for granted. Walking is such a healthy thing to do for your mind, body, and soul. About 7 hours. Okay, so for example, Debbie Sue. I mean, I'm sure Debbie Sue, I know you come to my channel for my amazing personality. I know that. But I also know that Debbie Sue comes for this. I could just shut up for the next half an hour and Debbie Sue would just listen and ponder, have a cup of tea, have another cup of tea. Because, yeah, for a lot of us, we don't live near the beach. And I think a lot of people that live near the beach, some people don't even go down to the beach at all. They're like, yeah, I don't want to get sand in my feet. I don't want to get, salt air on my car. Some people just like to watch it from afar. That's okay, right? Everyone has their thing. Me personally, I love to get my feet dirty in it, my feet. It's amazing. It just feels so amazing. Hey, Matt, how you going? Sunday night for Matt in Cheshire. It must be, nearly midnight, I'd say. Would it be midnight, Matt? I think Matt also comes here, not for my good personality. He also comes for the ocean. You know what Matt comes here for? Matt comes for the banter, right? Don't you reckon, guys in the chat? Matt comes for the banter. Yep, I know you well, Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue, how's everything going with your health? What is happening with the blood clots? Is the medication working? Is it under control? And I'm sure I've asked this and you probably answered it, but I didn't see it in the chat. The other day when I was on the live, there was a lot of people and it was moving quite fast, so I couldn't kind of see a lot of it. So I love it when there's not too many people in the chat and it's just like, it's just Debbie Sue and I having a chat. Oh, with Matt, interjecting every now and then. It's nice. It's nice to have just a few people in the chat to have, to connect and be able to actually hear the conversation and for Dora to actually see the conversation. Matt saying hello. Hello, hello, hello. Matt, you've obviously watched Debbie Sue's videos, right? So you kind of know Debbie Sue's accent, right? Like you know the way she talks, right? And like when Debbie Sue writes in the chat, I can hear her voice talking to me. But it occurred to me that I actually don't know your voice, Matt. I've talked to you many times in the chat, but because you're not a creator as such, I know you put out some videos on drones and stuff like that, but I've never actually heard your voice. I mean, I know the English accent, but I don't know your English accent. So, Debbie Sue, do you feel the same? Like when you talk to people, like, because you kind of, you've been in a lot of lives and, you have a lot of videos out too. So we kind of all know each other's accents and voices, right? So when I comment on your videos, do you hear my accent saying things like that to you? Like, I think your last video was with your sister. And I was like, oh, it's so nice to see you and your sister together. But do you kind of read the comment out in an Aussie accent and you like hear me kind of say it in an Aussie accent kind of thing? Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me just get to the chat here. I won't know for a while, Dora. I was told it may take up to 6 months to clear up all the clots. I gotta go to a hematologist on the 29th and he'll tell me more. Ah, okay. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously the fact that you are a nurse, you also know how things are going. How do you feel you're going? And Matt Scott, yes, she has a great story voice. She does have a great story voice. But that's not how I see Debbie Sue. I know her as my friend, right? And when I hear her talk, it's very beautiful. It's really, really nice. It's nice. I mean, obviously your stories are amazing, but the other side of that is just, the friendship that we have
And, I just, it's like, oh, just hearing my friend talk. It's nice. Hey, it's Steve. Hey, Steve. How you going? Matt, have you met Steve from High Plains Camper? So, Steve from High Plains Camper, meet Matt Launton. Matt Launton is from Cheshire. He's not a creator as such. I mean, he is. He does a bit of drone footage stuff, but he's not, he doesn't post videos all the time. Matt, have just correct me if I'm wrong. You haven't posted a video for a while, have you? Oh, hello. Um, but Matt, meet Steve from High Plains Campers. Check his videos out. You love live streaming, right? And that's how I met Matt, because he just happened to see a live stream of mine. I happened to catch one of Steve's lives the other day. It was so good. It was like literally watching a fireplace, a beautiful backdrop of a lake. The sky was beautiful. Watch the sunset, have a bit of banter. You love a bit of banter, Matt. Matt loves banter. Steve's got some banter. So check each other out. Matt will check you out anyway, Steve. Matt introduces me to a lot of new channels. Um, one of my favorite channels that he introduced me to was Katie's channel. I don't know if the guys you relate. Oh, I can never remember her. Katie from the North Pole. She's actually from Alaska, and she just lives right up. And like it's snowing still, and she's out there doing morning movement, which I obviously love because obviously I'm doing morning movement right now. And she's got some great banter too. So I love that, from lives, you can introduce other people that do like live streaming so they can check out other people. Oh, Debbie Sue, I'm pissing myself laughing. That is so cool. Oh, because it's true though, isn't it? Do you ever feel the same way? Like when you're in a chat, like for example, Matt, or who's someone else that doesn't really, um, I don't know their voice, like M. I don't really know M's voice, but M's always there. Matt's always there. And on the same preface, of like, when Debbie Sue writes a comment, I see her talking it in her accent to me. I love that. Debbie Sue, you and I, we're aligned. The rest of the guys in the chat are just going, whatever. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, what a beautiful day. So guys, it's interesting, right? My my actual body language, my tone has completely shifted. Like when I was in the car starting off this live, you were probably like, "Oh God, Dora, why do you bother sometimes?" No, no, you probably didn't say it like that. But you're like, "Oh God, Dora, what's going on? Pick your vibe up, girl." As soon as I hit the beach, the vibe changes. And it's okay to say that, guys, because I actually, I know my vibe changes. That's why taking yourself on little adventures like this is really important for yourself. Understand that, not everyone's near the beach. Like Debbie Sue lives 7 hours away from a beach. That's not realistic to just, pick yourself up and go to the beach. But it is realistic to, you can pick yourself up and go for a walk somewhere. If you're in a mood or you're not, you're in a little like, I don't know what's going on. You can take yourself out of that mood. Even going for a walk in a park. I don't even need to go to the beach, but why wouldn't I go to the beach? I live like 5 minutes away from the beach. So Steve's got beautiful beach. I tell you what, I even hear that in your accent. Good. Steve and Matt are connecting. It is really looking nice today, hey. We are kindred spirits. Yes, we're kindred spirits, Debbie Sue. Hey, Debbie Sue, I'm sure you used to love the Anna Green Gables books, or I don't know. Did you watch Anna Green Gables? Because they used to talk about kindred spirits in Anna Green Gables. Guys in the chat, do you know what we're talking about? Anna Green Gables? Does anyone know what I'm talking about in the chat? If you're watching this on the replay, have you ever heard of Anna Green Gables? Let me know in the chat. I'm just curious. Oh, sorry, in the comments. Because if you're on a replay, it'll be the comments. Matt Scott, Debbie Sue is the best. Yes, absolutely. Are those pine trees? Yes, they're pine trees, Steve. They're pretty big pine trees. I believe they're called Norfolk pines. And they have pines, pine cones too that drop. They're pretty impressive, aren't they? And it's actually interesting. See how look, some of them are growing on a lean. So it's actually some of them are quite a bit on the lean. It could just be the weather, the wind sometimes. The wind pretty much comes from the coast and goes straight in. So you can see most of them are kind of on the lean, actually. Very interesting. So we must have a new development here at the back here. You see there's a lot of new apartments. Oh, man. Okay. We just got our leggings a little bit wet. That's all right. It's not the worst thing in the world, right? It's interesting. There's actually quite a few people out today. And today is back to school. Actually, that's probably a reason why there's lots of people out. Because everyone's like, kids have gone back to school. Excellent. Time to be outside. I get it. I get it. This is not bad weather, guys, for autumn, hey? Generally, what happens in autumn time for us in April, the weather's like about 30 degrees. So it's actually quite warm. Like, you're on the beach with a shirt off, if you're a male, obviously. I mean, you can, as a female, do the same thing. It might just be a bit frowned on. This is a little bit frowned on, this beach. It's not exactly no top option here. You should be wearing a top as a female. But, it's equal opportunity these days. I don't know. I'm not opposed to a bit of, topless sunbaking. But I'm going to be honest, not anymore. It gets a little bit sore when you get a little bit burnt in those kind of regions. Just saying. And, it's not really good to be sunburned either. My friend Matt in the chat will be like all over the naked swimming. He loves a bit of naked swimming. Oh, Debbie Sue saying, Matt, you're pretty awesome yourself. Oh, Matt. And Steve's got, I tell you what. What do you tell me, Matt? Sorry, Steve. What do you tell us? Okay, we've got the yogis going. Can I see my friend Gabriella? I think that's Gabriella there, actually. Yep. Yes, it's Gabriella. Is it Gabriella? No, wait on. No. Gabriella's a bit of a yogi. She loves a yogi on the beach. Haven't seen Gabriella for a little while. Obviously, I've only just come back from holiday, so I need to organise a catch up with Gabriella. A lot of you guys know Gabriella as my friend from Mexico that has been teaching me some Mexican traditions, and then I teach her some of the Mexican traditions I know how to do. Like at the Day of the Dead period, she made the bread, the pan. Pan is the bread in the Day of the Dead. What's this? How does they say? Desla. Oh my gosh, Dora, come on. What's the Day of the Dead in Espanol, Dora? Come on. Dias de Muertos. Dias is day. De los Mortes, the Day of the Dead. Bread is pred. Pan. My accent is horrible. No. Diaz de los Mortes. Pan. Day of the Dead bread. So anyway, she taught me how to make the Day of the Dead bread, and she taught all you guys. So there was like a 4-hour live. It was a long live. Debbie Sue was there. It was amazing, actually. It was really, really good. And I froze that piece of bread too, so that I can use it this year on the Day of the Dead altar. If you're not sure what we're talking about, the Day of the Dead is a tradition from the Aztecs, actually. And I think it's Hispanic too, to be honest. But I learned it in Mexico. And my friend Gabriella is from Cancun, where I used to live many years ago. And she just miraculously lives now in Redcliffe with me, near me. So we catch up. And I taught her how to make the flags. Now, how do you say the flags, Dora, in Espanol? Papel. Papel de Mortes, the Day of the Dead paper. But they use the Day of the Dead, this paper in all celebrations in Mexico. It's all the reds, the yellows, and it's beautiful. Anyway, I did a live on that. It was 4 hours. It was great fun. Hopefully we can do that again this year. It was so much fun. And then we have someone to the chat, Hartley. Hartley Hentley. It's a nice day today. It is a very nice day today. Hello, how are you? We love the sun. I know, we love the sun. The sun is so good for us. Well, welcome in. Sorry if I'm late. Dora. Anna Green Gables is one of my favourites. Oh my God. This is where I got the expression. Well, as soon as you said we are kindred spirits, I went, Anna Green Gables. Oh my gosh. Debbie Sue, we are definitely kindred spirits. Oh my gosh, Anna Green Gables. Those books were so special. You know what? You just reminded me, Debbie Sue. I'm going to seek out some of those books and save them for my niece. My niece is only 7 years old, so it's a bit too young for her yet. But when she's about, 13, 14, I'm going to get her to read them. That'll be really special. Oh, that's so nice. That is really nice. It makes you like all warm and fuzzy thinking about the Anna Green Gables series. That was like such a beautiful series to read. I definitely need to get back into my reading, that's for sure. I'd love to know in the chat who's reading a book at the moment. You have all the books. Oh, okay, Debbie Sue. I don't have any of the books. I'm going to start looking for. So obviously, with my day job, I work at a couple of different thrift shops with my clients. So I'm actually going to put a message out to those people that I work with if they come across any of the Anna Green Gable books to get them for me. Actually, you know what? I should reread them, shouldn't I? That'd be really nice to read. Yeah, okay. Well, Debbie Sue, thank you. I'm glad you were. Oh gosh, it's a little bit. Okay. We're gonna go. We're going on the high road, guys. There's a lot of seaweed. Just depending on how the tide is, it comes in here. Sometimes it's not like this. Sometimes there's a lot of seaweed. I'm just mindful that I can't see what I'm standing on, so don't stand on seaweed. So we're heading over to Lavender's Rock, guys. I can see Lavender's Rock turned upside down up here still. Yeah, I wonder how our friend Lavender's going. Has anyone seen Lavender in the chat lately, or anyone's chat? So our friend Lavender is a 16-year-old from Australia that I made friends with through a live stream. And she's become quite a big bit of our community. She's been on a lot of my lives, and I know she supports a lot of you guys too. And I know she's actually creating her own content. I should actually go check out and see what she's doing. But she's actually she's turned up she's in France. She's doing a student exchange. So as a 16-year-old, can you imagine doing a student exchange? Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. Let alone in France. So guys, this is one of my favorite spots here. It looks like, wow, look at that bird there. Hello, birdie. Hey, birdie. Birdie, birdie, birdie. It looks like Mars. I mean, I don't really know what Mars looks like the this is lava, guys. This is lava from back millions of years ago. And then you've got mangroves going out of it. See, look at the mangroves here. Mangroves are the lifeline of the ocean. They clean the water, they clean the air. They are really, don't be destroying mangroves. If you have an opportunity to, in that kind of work that you have to destroy landscapes with mangroves, don't. A lot of people are doing that. But then there's a lot of people understanding that, mangroves are really, really good for our environment, for our air, for our waterways. They do a lot of amazing things. Anyway, this is our upside down rock. If we dug that out, which maybe we should do one day, it's the shape of a love heart. We always kind of kick it, have some water. It's always a good reminder to have some water. Water is also really good for us to drink. I watched the movie tons of times too, yes. Yeah, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to see if it's on Netflix or Prime, because we have those two at home. And I'll see if I can get the videos too. I think there's a series of them, isn't there, Debbie Sue? Yeah, okay. So this is the Redcliffe Surf Life Saving Club. Even though it's not very surfy, so to speak, they still have a surf life saving club here. So on the school holidays, they have the lifesavers out. Obviously, today is not a school holiday anymore. We've just finished 2 weeks school holidays here. So the surf lifesavers are not out. But on the weekends, they'll be out. I believe by the end of this month, they finish. So then if you go swimming, it's your call. It's not exactly not safe here, guys. I mean, it's not like you'd have rips or those kind of things. But, we also have a lot of tourists that come here too that, sometimes are not the best swimmers. So it's nice for them to have, surf lifesavers to, just in case there's something that goes wrong, right? I'm a little bit behind in the chat. Don't forget to like the live. It's free. Thank you, Matt. Love Gabriella. Debbie Sue says, okay, I'm a fair bit behind. Yes, you need to read that again. Steve's got here. Okay, cool. How the internet lets us connect with awesome people around the world. Exactly, Steve. Exactly. Okay, I'm not that far behind, guys. Go me. My friend Nicholas would be very proud of me today. Nicholas always gives me shit because I don't look at the chat. But, my live streams are not really conducive to looking at the chat. Always on the move. But that's okay. I know I've done the math, guys, that if I just stop and look at the chat and connect with people in the chat, I get way more views. But that's not how I want to do things, guys. My connection to you guys is about adventure and movement, getting out in the fresh air, right? And if you just saw me sitting there looking at the camera all the time, I think you'd eventually get bored. I'm going to be honest. There's only so much I can tell you, or so much I could bullshit you with. And, I wouldn't be keeping it real, right? My keeping it real for me is like, if I'm going to tell you to go, go adventure, I need to be doing the adventure. So, sorry, Nicholas, they're always going to be reading the chat. And I think a lot of my, core supporters know that that's just not how I am. And, Debbie Sue needs to tell me something. She will definitely tell me. She'll keep on telling me till I see it. There was a situation when I was in Bali that I was off on a tangent. I think I was painting. Wasn't I? And Debbie Sue's like, Dora, read this, read this. And then, yes, I read it eventually. And I was like, ah, crap, okay. So, I do eventually get there, right? It's just not always. But then, people will email me also. If there's something important, they'll email me. That's right. That's what Debbie Sue says. We talk, you walk, laugh. That's exactly right. I know a lot of you guys just like to talk in the chat. And that's okay. I mean, there's many a times I've ever actually left the chat running when I'm been driving home because you guys are all having a good old time having a chat. Sometimes I could be talking about something completely irrelevant, and you guys don't even listen to me. You're just like la 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 la. I'm like, okay, righto. But then someone in the replay will pick up on the conversation I was saying. So it's very interesting. So sometimes I can be having like a two-way conversation. Sometimes with you guys in the live, they don't even listen to me. And then someone in a replay will actually not be looking at the chat, obviously, because it's live. They're watching on a replay, but actually be commenting on what I'm saying in the live. It's very, very interesting. Yeah, like Steve said, it's very, very interesting being able to have this medium to actually be able to connect with people from, different places of the world, different personalities, different walks of life, different continents, states. It's just amazing. It really is. And that's definitely one of the things I'm very grateful for, is to have this place. And I'm going to be honest, 2 years ago, I struggled to figure out what YouTube was all about. I was like, I don't get it. What is it? And it wasn't until I connected with a few different people and different groups of people that I started going, right. It's about community. It's not actually just about posting a video. It's actually about community. And it's really quite beautiful, actually. And I met Debbie Sue. I was on a live stream with Kathleen's Place from Saskatchewan and in Canada. And she introduced me to one of her friends, Debbie Sue. And I'm like, oh, hello, Debbie Sue. And then Debbie Sue popped over to my channel and said, hello. I said, hello back. Isn't that interesting? And now look at me. Look at Debbie Sue and I. We're like kindred spirits. So for people following along about the renovations stages of the house, we're still living in a camper van. Yesterday, Diego and I actually put together our bed in our bedroom. So technically, I could make the bed because on Saturday I washed all the sheets, because you've got to understand our house is a bit of a dust pit. Underneath at the house is a sand pit. Upstairs is like a sand pit also, like it's dusty everywhere because of like all the different trades that have come in. So I actually mopped all the floors, and it's very hard to mop a floor when you don't actually have water in the house yet. So I had to drag water upstairs, and the mop, because we got this floor sanded, the mop that I had a few scratches that it had like these, I don't know, there's got prickles or something in it. Don't ask me why the mop's got prickles in it. I don't know. So I thought, you know what, Dora? Probably not a good thing to put like a mop that's got prickles in it over your new, like polished floors. So I was like, okay. So I basically used rag. I put them on my feet and then I went like this and I cleaned the floors. And I tell you guys, now I understand why we did the floors. Before that, I was like, oh, do we really need to get the floors done? It's just like a pain in the ass. And they were all dusty. But every time I swept all the dust up, it still was dusty. So Mel came over yesterday or something the day before, and she's in flooring. Her family they have a flooring company. And she's like, you need to wet the floors, Dora. Well, she didn't say Dora, she said Moriara. She said, you need to wet, you need to mop the floors, just a light mop. So anyway, I did. I lightly got the shit off the floor and it feels amazing. It feels really nice. So guess what happened? Guess what's happening today, guys? We are getting, you know how much I love toilets, guys. We are getting a toilet. We are getting a friggin' toilet. And I think I have to do a dancing with Dora. So this afternoon I'll go to the house. And of course I have to use the toilet. Because, you have to use the toilet, right? You've got to christen the toilet. And yeah, I'm going to do a dancing with Dora in the toilet. So stay tuned for that on a short coming up sooner or later. And then also we're going to have water. The showers will be connected. So yeah, we'll have a shower and a toilet upstairs. And then in the kitchen, we'll have water in the sinks. And I think maybe the electrician's coming today too. So maybe we might even have internet. Oh my God, guys. It's amazing. Small things. Hey, birdies. Woohoo! A toilet! Yeah! Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. Nicholas! Were your ears burning, Nicholas? Were your ears burning? Welcome in, Nicholas. How you going, buddy? How's life? How's things? All right, well, I'm going to go up here and do some push-ups and some triceps and some squats. Actually, you know what we might do? We're not going to do them all in one go. We're going to move them down the road. That's what we're going to do today, guys. That is a kind of kayak under there. All right. This is my normal hut that I normally do my little push-ups in. All right. Disclaimer, guys. I'm not a health and fitness channel. Don't follow me. Don't do what I do. Do the opposite, okay? And please try not to technique me. I know I'm shit at doing push-ups. I'm getting better, okay? All right, let's go. All right. Oh, this hurt. Oh. 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 That was hard. That was hard. That was easier. All right. Let's go. Next hut. We'll do another lot. Looks like someone's getting ready to go kayaking. So hello, if you're in the chat, I don't bite. There's some pelicans. Can you see the pelicans? They're not real pelicans, obviously. So this is a really, really good seafood shop. It's called Seafood Lovers Cafe. BYO. Oh, I didn't know they were BYO. So yeah, fish and chips, but they do fresh fish and chips, like fresh fish. Really good quality. I went there about a couple, maybe 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. I've been back from. Anyway, yeah, had fish and chips. Had a really nice snapper, grilled snapper. It was very, very tasty. And their chips are really good quality. Really good quality. Highly recommend. Seafood Lovers at Margate. Amazing. All right, another hut. So guys, let's do this again. Another set. You can do this. Do this. Fish and chips. I knew Matt will say yes. Okay, fish and chips with vinegar for you guys. I'm not a big fan of it. So I'm gonna be honest, I guess I don't have the opportunity. So is a fish and chips with vinegar your thing, Matt? I do fish and chips with tartare sauce. All right. Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, 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 yes. I can do either, but yes, a little bit on. You know what? For you, Matt, I'm going to have fish and chips with vinegar at this cafe in a couple of weeks' time just to try it. All right, let's go. There's another little cafe there called Indigo Cafe, where you can get a lot of, smoothies, cakes, coffee, all those things. They do coffee too, and cakes, and all-day breakfast actually at the Seafood Lovers. And next door they have a Korean place, Korean chicken. Never tried it. All right, we're going to get back on the beach, are we? I think so. So this guy, oh, he's bringing his kayak up. So he's got those wheels so he can wheel it back out. Right. So the other day I walked past here. Well, I didn't walk past, but it had a whole lot of police and stuff down here. So a lot of homeless people have been living under here. And I think there might have been a situation down here. It's all been cleaned up. So I don't know what happened, but I didn't want to come down here where there was all police down here. Just didn't think it was right to be showing it. So hopefully someone was okay. They didn't get hurt, or it could have just been simply that police were called to get people out of there. It is a public toilet. But, the other side of it is, when you're homeless, where do you live? Where do you stay? If you don't have a car, what do you do? So you find a lot of people living under these little structures. It's not ideal. I mean, can you imagine having to live under a structure like that? No water, no toilet. Sanitation's not going to be pretty. But personally, if it was me, I wouldn't be shitting where I was sleeping. But sometimes, you're also amongst other people and they don't have the same kind of, sanitary practices that you might have. So yeah, sanitation is always not a great thing with the homeless situation. Um, I always say to people when they're going on, it happens a lot here in Redcliffe because there's a lot of situations that people are camping on the beach. I didn't point it out, but back there where I was looking at Lavender's Rock, there was quite a few people camping over there, but I'm still not going to show you people camping. It's not right. They're not camping. They're homeless, right? And I always kind of say, don't complain about people actually being homeless because it's not their fault. A lot of people don't choose to be homeless, right? I know there's some people that do. Yes, I know, small percentage, but there's a lot of people that actually. Oh, I forgot to do that one. All right, we'll do this one. There's a small population of people. I mean, there's a lot of population of people that are generally homeless because they're actually homeless. And where the hell do they go? And I mean, obviously, for me personally, I'll be looking for somewhere safe, warm, out of the elements. So underneath the toilet structure would probably be a really good thing. But, I always say, don't, you know, don't crucify people that you don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like. No idea what it's like to be homeless. Touch wood, I don't ever have to feel like what it's like to be homeless, right? But, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. That's all I can say. Hey, Susan! Hello, Susan. How you going? I did see a message there. I didn't read the message. I'm sorry, Susan. I quickly just jumped on the live and went, let's do this. Let's do this and play the funky music. Oh, that block of land is sold. All right. Number 3, third set. Third set this morning. We had Nicholas here before, Susan. We had Debbie Sue. Oh. Monday mornings, a lot of people doing lives. So a lot of people do a lot of hopping, which is fine. Hop, 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 hop. Oh, great. All right, next one. We're walking in between all the huts, sometimes on the beach, sometimes on the boardwalk, barefoot. And we're going to do our push-ups and our triceps, bit of strength training. They say that when you do some strength training in the morning, that you're actually burning extra calories through the day. Is that an opportunity to eat more shit through the day, Dora? No. It's an opportunity to catch up. That's a bit of a monster house. No one likes that house anymore. No one lives there. It's really, really sad. Maybe 12, 15 years ago, there was a big storm, not a storm, but as a Storm Financial Group, they were called. They did a couple of dodgy things. They built that, and now it's a bit of an eyesore. And a lot of people lost a lot of money. So Storm Financial, just before the global GFC, talked to a lot of kind of retirees about pulling money out of their super to invest in their Storm Financials. And of course, Storm Financial went under, and so did all their super money. So a lot of people that were quite wealthy became not so wealthy. So it was a bit of a situation for a lot of families where their parents would have been very, very financially well off, and suddenly they lost all their money. In some cases, they even lost their houses and had to live with their children. So you can imagine that wasn't very nice. Hi, Plains. Steve, thank you very much for giving me $3. That's very nice of you. You don't need to. But thank you. Thanks, that's nice. Thank you. Susan's got here, yeah. Rather upsetting. I just found a couple of hens hiding, but don't think I'll find any more. What happened? What happened? I missed this. Unfortunately, oh no. Almost. Oh no. No, seriously? Oh, oh, Susan. But I don't think I'll find any more. Oh, Susan. Oh, that's not good. I hope you find some more, please. Oh, man. Honestly, Susan, I'm sorry, mate. I can't imagine how you feel because A, they're your animals, right? I know how much you love your chickens and your animals. Um, and then, you get eggs from them too. Hey, Sally, how you going? Sorry, Sally, you've come up at a bad time. We're just having hugs with Susan. Susan's just lost some of her animals, her chickens, to some foxes. Hmm. Sorry, Steve. I really appreciate you giving me $3. I'm sorry that it's just a bit of a downer now. Obviously that wasn't meant to be like that. But this is friendship. Susan is a good friend of our chat. I mean, I don't know. Steve from High Plains Campers is Steve, guys. Susan, if you don't know Steve, you need to know Steve. Steve's amazing. I've known Steve for a little while. I met him from Tuba Chat actually. It's from Kevin. But I happened to get on a live the other day because Mike gave me a free membership, the same as Debbie Sue. And he did a live stream. He does a lot of camping, obviously. That's what his name. High Camper. Oh my God, what's your name on the channel again? High Plains Campers. And he had a beautiful sunset, fire, beautiful backdrop. It was very beautiful. And it was really nice to catch you live and be part of the banter, really. So thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate it. But back to Susan. I'm really sorry, Susan. It happens. Yeah, I know, but it happens a lot, Susan. We need the luck. We need the luck to change. I keep on saying to Susan that she needs to do saging. Do you have a sage stick, and sage the whole property, the whole 260 acres? So, Steve, meet Susan. High Country Homestead is her name. Actually, yeah, let me just move. Hold on, where's Steve's channel? Steve. There we go. Let me make you a moderator so you can. Okay. So, Steve, you're now a moderator, so you can click on people's names. So, click on High Country Homestead. And, if you don't know anyone else in the chat, Matt, I've introduced you to Matt, but specifically Susan at the moment. Susan, is like, we're really gunning for her to get her watch hours so that she can become monetized. She lives a homesteading life in Australia and she earns no money from the government at all. And she's not monetized yet. So that's why we're trying to get her monetized. She does earn a little bit of money from Buy Me a Coffee. She's an amazing writer, amazing writer. So in Buy Me a Coffee, if you go onto her link, you don't need to support, like, you don't have to buy her a coffee. You could if you wanted to, but if you go onto her link, there's actually all her writings that she writes for all the publications, like all different newspapers. Amazing writer. She really is. And she's an amazing soul. But specifically, good friend of me, but it's been a hard year, very hard year on the homestead, and this is just another tick, another kick that you really didn't need, Susan. So I'm really, really sorry, mate. Mate, I'm really sorry. Um, anyway, guys, I've got to finish off my push-ups. So sorry, Steve, if you don't know also Sally's Reality. Sally's Reality is another really, really good channel. I know you already know Debbie Sue, so I don't need to talk her up. You already know her. I've already introduced to Matt. So Sally's Reality, if you don't know Sally, Sally is from Pittsworth. No, Pittsburgh. She's from Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Philadelphia? Anyway, Sally has this amazing live stream every night in American time, obviously. No, sorry, nighttime, my time. Every morning about 7:30 in the morning, and she does a sunrise, and she does a little bit of Bible studies also, tells you a bit of scripture. It's a lovely get together. There's about 16 to 20 people every time I go there, and she's a beautiful soul. Her and her husband, very, very nice people. So check her out too, okay? And equally, check out Steve, High Plains Campers. Okay, guys, we've got one more hut to go to, guys, and then we're finished off our 5. Is there someone over in that hut? Crap, there's someone in the hut. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Debbie Sue was everywhere tonight. Yes, there's been a lot of lives this morning. There was The Source doesn't normally a Sunday night. What? I saw Tuba Chat for a while. Who else was live this morning? Or tonight, should I say? It's morning for me in Australia with Susan. It's Monday morning here in Australia. It is nearly 10 o'clock. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm going to go because I actually need to get home. And I was going to make my salads on a live, but I'm not going to have time for that. So guys, thank you for joining my live this morning. There's been a few of you here that's joined me. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for the banter. Love the banter, right? We all love the banter. And thank you again for the donation tip, Steve. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have, connected. A few of you guys have connected. I love when you guys connect in the chat. And Debbie Sue, Anna Green Gables, Kindred Spirits. And if you don't know what we're talking about, I think, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a secret code between Debbie Sue and I. Not really. It's not secret. But I bet you any money, Sally, you used to watch Anna Green Gables. And or read Anna Green Gables. I know. Okay. You introduced him to me. Okay, there you go. All right. Well, I'm introducing him back to you. Thank you, Dora.
It's okay, everyone be happy. Yeah, I know, it's hard to be happy when my friend is hurting. I hate that. So anyway, guys, let me just drive home. So guys, anyway, I'm going to finish up. So you guys say goodbye to everyone. Appreciate you being here. I will see you. I know Susan's doing a live to check out Susan's live. It's already probably scheduled. In Australian time, it is 9:30 Victoria time on Tuesday, which will be on Monday night for you guys in America, and Monday night for Matt too. So I know Matt sometimes drops in. I know Kirsty from Hearts Humble Homestead, she's also from the UK. She also drops in. She stays awake to see Susan's lives. Unfortunately, I don't normally am there because 9:30 in the morning I'm already at work. But you know, sometimes I play naughty and I'm watching Susan lurking in the background. Lurker, lurker, lurker. So anyway, guys, check out Susan tomorrow, please. Or today, I don't know, whatever, however it works. But Susan, I'll give you a ring later, mate, okay? I'm really sorry, mate. Love ya. See you guys. Thank you for the donation, Steve. Appreciate you. Bye.